Meenakshi Lekhi of the BJP is taking on Gaurav Bhatia of the Samajwadi Party. Before I go to them, my first question is to the Additional Director General of Police, Law and Order of the state of Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Arun Kumar, was there a conspiracy to kill the DSP?
As far as I will first of all like to clarify the sequence of events that has happened, because I visited the scene of crime at around 2:30 at that night itself. The first murder that took place was around 6:45 to 7 in the evening, when the village headman was killed. After that, he was taken to the Kunda hospital, where he was declared broad dead. Then he was brought back to the village. The station house officer was talking to him about the murder and the details. In the meantime, the people from his supporters started pouring in the village, and they started discussing that the rival people, some pals, cannot be the person who had murdered the Pradhan. So it must be the conspiracy of one person named Guddu Singh, who lives in the village, and somebody in the crowd was telling that let's go and set ablaze the house of Guddu Singh. So sensing the trouble, this station house officer gives a call to his circle officer, Mr. Jiaul Haq, that we need reinforcement. And whatever force he could gather, he came with them. And it was a night, and he could not contact the police officer present over there, and they left their vehicle and walked through the back side.
I know all this.
And without having...
Mr. Arun Kumar...
Just a minute.
We all know all this. You're not answering my question on whether there was a conspiracy.
No. You will... No, please. You will have to give me time. You will have to understand the sequence.
I know the sequence.
That the conspiracy is proved by the postmortem report itself. No, if you are saying that the conspiracy is proved only by the postmortem report, then this sort of investigation I have to learn. Whatever I have learned about the investigation...
No, one second. One second.
And the UP police, the sequence of events...
Mr. Arun Kumar, I have one question for you. I'll let you answer after that, please, because I want to get... My point is, 12 wounds are inflicted as per the postmortem report, which you're trying to undermine. 12 wounds are inflicted and the policeman is beaten up before he's shot, which proves that there is some motive behind the entire so-called mob targeting only one man. The targeted manner of the killing is so obvious. 12 wounds inflicted on the body of the DSP only point at a premeditated action by the mob. If there is premeditated action, there must be premeditated thinking, which means there was a conspiracy. Why are you avoiding my question on a conspiracy? Is that an attempt to stop looking at the conspiracy angle? Why are you not looking at the conspiracy angle?
I am ready to... Just please. Arnav, I am ready to answer each and everything. Please give me time. And I tell you that when the police persons came and they went to the spot, they were not knowing that the crowd is agitated. And they started... beating the policeman, and they retreated. And during the retreat, most of the persons fled through the... There were 8 persons over there. Most of the persons, they took the right-hand side, and unfortunately, the circle officer...
How are you sure? How are you sure?
And there was mud over there. Just a minute.
How are you sure?
Please give me some time. Yeah, just a minute. Just give me 1 minute. I am talking about the why conspiracy angle. So basically, I am just telling you that there he got trapped. There is signs of his dragging, and all the dragging, and then he has been shot. So all these 12 injuries that you are showing, that is showing that he was beaten. He was beaten.
So there was a conspiracy. So there was a conspiracy, or there wasn't a conspiracy?
No, just listen to me. And there is one gunshot injury. So if the
sir,
Mr. I will just
Mr. Arun Kumar, it doesn't matter that there is one gunshot or 2 or a million gunshots.
I am talking about the investigation. I am talking about the conspiracy. You investigate the conspiracy only when you investigate the crime.
Why?
First of all, I have to find out who are the persons.
Why? Tell me. Show me the rule book. No, 1 minute. Mr. Arun Kumar. Mr. Arun Kumar, I want you to... No, you say you... No, 1 second. That's your choice.
Just listen.
I would argue that's your choice, Mr. Arun Kumar. 1 minute. Mr. Arun Kumar, one more question. You repeatedly are saying this, and I've been hearing you say this, that, you need to first establish who commits the crime before you go into even looking at the conspiracy. Is there a rule which says that you cannot do both together? And is there show me a rule which says that if by finding out a conspirator, show me a rule right now which says if you find out a conspirator, I would argue if you find the conspirator, it will help you identify perhaps more attackers, establish the motive in a clearer way.
No, sir, please listen to me. It can be both ways.
So why aren't you doing it both ways?
Of the conspiracy, that this conspiracy, if there is some evidence that the conspiracy has at this particular place, We have done
I'm showing you the evidence.
Cases of the Bombay blast and things like that, where the conspiracy was hatched in Dubai and all that. And I have handled number of cases of conspiracy in CBI.
So what is the...
So I know how to handle the conspiracy.
Sir, I'm sure I'm not questioning you. I'm not questioning you, but the general view is, Mr. Arun Kumar, right now, I'm not meaning you. The view is that you are under pressure. You are under pressure. 1 minute, sir, because you may be a... 1 minute, Mr. Arun Kumar, don't mind. I'll tell you very directly, the feeling could be that you are under pressure because your government, your chief minister, does not want to go after the conspiracy angle, because it goes after conspiracy angle, a politically useful person like Raja Bhaiya is going to be nailed and his political career will be finished. And Akhilesh Yadav and Azam Khan don't want to do that, perhaps. I want to get in Meenakshi Lekhi at this stage. Meenakshi Lekhi, the police says we will go after the conspiracy later. We'll look at the attackers first.
No conspiracy. Just I just want to say that a case was registered against a cabinet minister. The moment we got the FIR, the case was registered under cabinet minister.
Have you questioned him?
Writing a FIR against a sitting cabinet minister.
Have you questioned him?
We are in pressure at that time.
Have you questioned him?
What does that mean?
Why don't you question him?
They will be questioned. Everybody knows that they will be questioned and the time will come.
No, when will the time come?
Ask them.
When will the time come?
If we can call them tomorrow and ask them, but what are you supposed to ask them?
What?
Will you guide that we have to ask? Will give me a set of questions that I have to ask?
No, I will not give you a set of questions, but you have a better set of questions. I wonder why you're not asking them. I would like to get in Meenakshi Lekhi at this stage. Meenakshi Lekhi, your response to the additional DGP, please.
So we have to investigate.
Mr. Arun Kumar is missing out.
From those evidence we have
Mr. Arun Kumar, may I speak? You see, he's trying to portray that he need not question, and he will question when the time comes. That means he's already formed a presumptive opinion without investigation. So far as I understand the law and so far as I understand the police practice, and I will ask him in his career of whatever number of years, I'm sure it's 20 plus, how many cases if a particular accused is named in an FIR, they do not arrest that person, especially knowing the manner in which UP police operates. Now, if a particular person has been named in an FIR, the first thing is that you arrest that person to form an opinion to investigate. In this case, they have formed an opinion without investigation. That is incorrect. The second thing, which I think yesterday or somewhere I was opposite Mr. Bhatia, he was saying discretion of the investigating officer.
Yeah,
now, discretion of the investigating officer has to be exercised in terms of law, in terms of practice. And the practice is, the moment a person is named, whether as in charge of the conspiracy or present or have been seen the crime happening, eyewitness, has to be taken for custodial interrogation. Why has the police refused to do so?
Why has the police refused to do so?
The second thing is another connected issue.
Let's get an answer on that, because we are on a very critical point. I'll go point by point.
Yes.
No, 1 second.
May I answer now?
No, Mr. Arun Kumar. 1 minute, Mr. Arun Kumar. The fact is, you take a person into custody also looking at whether that person is in a position to intimidate witnesses and fabricate evidence or destroy evidence. Raja Bhai is an influential man. You know that, yet you won't even question him.
This is so transparent. I'd like to answer the question of Madam Lekhi that there is a number of rulings of High Court and Supreme Court that just by naming a person in a FIR doesn't mean that he need to be arrested. There are laws and the rulings of courts, constitutional courts regarding the arrest. You know that. I may not be knowing all the way. You must be knowing. So just a minute. So there is nothing written that if there is a FIR is written against somebody, he need to be arrested. And basically the question the FIR says that these
why are you so desperate? Mr. Arun Kumar, the post-mortem report exposes that the DSP's murder is one of a targeted killing, and one person has pointed the finger of suspicion directly at Raja Bhaiya. He has been named as an accused for criminal conspiracy in the charge sheet. Everyone's asking you, why are you not acting? You almost seem to be acting like a defense lawyer for Raja Bhaiya tonight, if I may say so.
No, absolutely not. I have registered the case against him. I am not acting as a defense lawyer. I know the law. I know that when it is to be done, if the case would have been with us, we would have done it in a fair manner. We have made an investigation plan. We know that when, but we are.
Did the police officer's wife? Did the police officer's wife name? Did the police officers? Did the police officer's wife accuse 4 associates of the minister, Gulshan Yadav, Hariom Shankar Srivastav, Guddu Singh, and Rohit Singh, of being involved in her husband's murder? Does Raja Bhaiya have a history sheeter background?
Guddu Singh has been taken into custody. The Guddu Singh has been taken for the custodial interrogation. We are asking for our police custody remand. Once we interrogate 1 after 2, and then there can be a
does Raja Bhaiya
can be asked.
does Raja Bhaiya currently face
report prove 120B?
No. Does Raja Bhaiya currently face 3 charges of criminal?
Any one postmortem report reveals 120B.
Does Raja Bhaiya currently face 3 charges? Does Raja Bhaiya currently face 3 charges of criminal intimidation in the 8 cases against him? Doesn't this establish that he's capable of threatening witnesses and hence his arrest should not be delayed?
Yes, I agree.
Then why are you delaying it? Then if you agree with me, why are you delaying it?
Investigating this particular case. No. Agree with what? I agree with that there can be intimidated. Doesn't mean that he needs an arrest.
Sir, the question is...
First of all, the person who had committed the murder, the persons who are supposed to commit the murder and the beating, they need to be interrogated, and then
when a person...
other questions will be asked.
Sir, let's get Gaurav Bhatia. Let's get Gaurav Bhatia.
We are not under pressure from anybody, but we cannot be get pressurized about the media also.
Everyone shoots the media nowadays. It's fashionable to shoot the media. I want to get Gaurav Bhatia in. Gaurav Bhatia answered as a lawyer, not a Samajwadi Party leader today. It is a well-known practice of criminal jurisprudence that in the absence of specific countervailing factors, there is a general presumption in favor of bail. However, in this case, the person is an influential man. This question goes to ADGP as well. Very influential man. He can influence the investigation.
Arnab, because you said that please answer as a lawyer, first and foremost, I am giving a free advice to you. What you have done right now is you've not helped the cause, but you have jeopardized the entire case. The document that you are displaying on your channel is not a public document, Arnab. It is part of the case diary, and it should not have been shown on your channel.
Gaurav Bhatia, let me tell you. Actually, no. One. I'll give you a clear and fitting response to that one. I'll give you a response to that.
You never give me an opportunity.
I will. But you tried to.
You never give me an opportunity to complete myself.
But you made an accusation. I need to respond to you. My response to you is simply this: ask your police.
You may respond first, Arnab.
I'll tell you one thing. This document which I am putting out, part of it I am putting out in the pursuit of the truth. You want me not to put it out because you want to cover up the truth. I will not allow that.
I know your intentions. No, your intentions are right, Arnab, but you're not doing the right thing.
But you don't doubt my intentions.
Because this is not a public document to be shown on a...
The police...
I never did that. That is what I said. I know your intentions are right.
The police has given full details of it.
Not helping the cause.
Ask Mr. Arun Kumar, has the police given details of what of the injuries at the press conference today or not?
Arnab,
why are you blaming me?
I'll just explain it to you. I'll explain it to you why. By showing this document, you are helping whoever the accused is.
We have not given the details. We have... Let me clarify that we have not given the details. We have just read the details of the post-mortem report in the press
so you've read out, no? So I'll read out as well. So I'll read out as well.
We are not party to it.
No, I'll read out. I'll read out here.
I think that Times Now is a very responsible channel, and for that reason I'm saying you should not be showing this post-mortem report.
I am completely... I'll see, 1 second. You're trying to distract from the real issue, but I will not get provoked by your weak attempt to do that. But I will tell you one thing.
Even I want justice.
I will tell you one thing.
I want justice, and that is why I'm saying this is not helping the cause.
If you want justice,
it is jeopardizing the entire case.
If you want justice, then I put this question out. A police officer has been thrashed 12 times before being shot by a bullet close range. His lungs are lacerated, his lungs are full of blood, his 7th rib is fractured, his 5th rib is fractured.
Arnab, don't do that.
No, he's died of shock and hemorrhaging. He has been beaten and thrashed to death. Why. And I am asking you today, Gaurav Bhatia, is this a conspiracy or not? Is this a conspiracy or not to kill him?
You can ask me. Yes, you can ask me any question that you want, but it is my responsibility to tell you that you should not be reading out.
Given the details out, you've been lecturing me to me that I should not read out, but the fact is it a conspiracy or not? Prima facie from what I have told.
And that is my responsibility also.
Is anything of what I have said factually incorrect?
I'll answer your question now. Anything that you state about the investigation, I will not be in a position to comment.
There you go.
Because that is not the right thing to do. When the investigation is on,
the
investigating officer would take a call on every... I am not dodging it. That is how the law of the land stands. And Mrs. Lekhi said
where's
something.
the investigation?
I agree to certain part of it, that there is always an option open for the investigating officer to even arrest a person who is being charged with conspiracy of a certain offense. But at the same time, it is not mandatory that if a person is named in the FIR,
I'll tell you why you are wrong.
To be arrested.
I'll tell you why you are both wrong. Without trying to get drawn into your debate, I will tell you most humbly, Arun Kumar, ADGP Law and Order,
that is not a debate,
of the Samajwadi
that's
Party.
An advice from me.
Yeah, thank you for your advice, but I'll give you another bit of fact which will contradict you. In September 2011, Arun Kumar, in the case of the murder of the Roorkee deputy jailer, it was only after exposing the conspiracy behind the murder that the police set out to search for those who killed him, right? So in that case, they went after the conspiracy first, and then they got the killer. You remember that case? They arrested Anubhav Vashisht, a resident of Nagina near Bijnor, in connection to the brutal murder of a deputy jailer of Roorkee jail. Now tell me, why is a similar process not followed in this case?
Yeah. Okay. So
are you asking me or are you asking Mr. Kumar?
Yes.
No, because this weak argument that we will first find the criminal, we'll go after conspiracy later needs to be questioned.
Let me take up this question. I'll tell you that we are investigating FIR in which only 4 or 5 lines are written that my husband went to attend a law and order situation in that particular village, and after that these people, the name you have taken, the 4 people, they have killed my husband, and they are the men of Shri Ravraj Pratap Singh, or he has been murdered on the behest of him, and he also used to threaten him. He used to told me like that.
No, Arun Kumar.
4-line investigation.
No, Arun Kumar, why are you? Arun Kumar, in one case I have just proven to you, you went after conspiracy first, you went after criminal later. That completely destroys your argument today that we will do criminals first and conspiracy later. And I'm telling you, why don't you do conspiracy
may
first?
I answer Arnab now?
Go after the conspiracy first.
Can I come in?
I told you I can go.
Yeah, go on, Mr. Kumar. Meenakshi Lekhi, let the ADGP reply, please, because I think he's got to reply on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I told you that the investigation can proceed both ways. But here the question is that there is no eyewitness what has happened in that particular moment when he has been killed. No eyewitness is present there. So the only question.
What do you lose by questioning Raja Bhaiya quickly?
That the person who has been named.
What do you lose by questioning Raja Bhaiya quickly?
Has been arrested, his custodial. We are trying for his custodial interrogation. Once that interrogation brings out something, we will go ahead. Nothing. Nobody.
Why won't you question him?
Everybody is.
Why won't you question him?
Pardon?
Why don't you question him? Raja Bhaiya, Raghuraj Pratap Singh. Why don't you question him?
We will certainly question him when the time will come.
When will the time come?
The time comes only when we gather some facts about the incident, how it has happened.
No, when will the time come? After he has...
Because we know that at that particular day, at that particular day, he was not at the scene of crime, so there has to be some facts on the basis of which one can frame questions about the conspiracy.
Meenakshi Lekhi wants to come back in the debate.
And gather the evidence.
Meenakshi Lekhi wants to come back. Mr. Arun Kumar, Meenakshi Lekhi is not buying your argument. Meenakshi.
And now...
Mr. Arun Kumar, there is a saying in law which I'm not getting the exact language, but the gist of the matter is, and that's a very nice British law basically, where it says that if a hand is using a cat to pull out or steal a nut, that hand is more important than the cat performing that act. So this is what the conspiracy story is all about. Now in this case, there are 2 facts which are missing. Part is that Sarpanch was murdered, and Sarpanch, when that procession was going on, that procession was attacked by the police. And post that, this murder has happened, and somewhere there is a silence on the Sarpanch procession, that dead body procession being attacked by the police. There is no information so far as that is concerned, number 1. Number 2, when you talk about not getting him or getting him in due course of time, if 5 people or 4 people are named in an FIR, why have you arrested the the most important of the lot, that is Guddu or whoever, who does not have much clout, who is probably not an MLA, who I don't know who this Guddu is all about. So justice is something which has to have, which has to be applied across board. Not looking at the personalities involved, not looking at the people involved. If there are 4 or 5 people whose names are mentioned, they need to be taken to task at the same time. And somehow the links are missing completely. And I think as a police officer, I would ask you, if few people are named in an FIR in your career, how many times have you not arrested them? That will be my question to you.
Ma'am, first of all, I will tell you that the sequence of events that you have narrated is not correct. There was no procession of the dead body going on that has been attacked by police. The sequence of events is wrong. That's why I was trying to emphasize the sequence of events so that you can frame your opinion based on that, because I have visited scene of crime, you have not. But that is the problem in such debates, that people don't want to listen to the other people who have seen the crime. Now, another part is that as far as the Guddu Singh is concerned, arrest of Guddu Singh, it's not that everybody is available now and we can go and pick and choose that we have to arrest this and we have to arrest that. And Guddu Singh, the media has also shown, and everybody who has covered this particular crime knows that he is one of the most important person who has been blamed, whose house was to be attacked, and whose name is figuring right from the very beginning. So he is not that a person who is not relevant to the case of crime. The accused is should not be judged as per his social status, but his
so you are building a defense lawyer's case for Raja Bhaiya.
Very important.
No, one more thing. One more thing, Mr. Arun. One more thing, Mr. Arun Kumar. In your earlier address, you said he was not present on the time at the time of the crime. Now, have you interrogated him? From where do you get this fact? You've not even spoken to him. And you are already speaking that he was not present on this
and as a follow-up of that, as a follow-up of that, let me ask you, Arun Kumar, Mr. Arun Kumar, let me ask you as a follow-up of that, if a person is not present at the scene of a crime, does it mean that the person is not part of the conspiracy or cannot play any role in the conspiracy?
Or not capable of having a crime,
Precisely.
or not capable of committing the crime of conspiracy?
Are you referring to Mr. Guddu Singh or Mr. Rajpata Singh?
I am asking you whether you feel that a person not present at the scene of a crime, whether a person not present at a scene of a crime, a complaint which you made in the context of, I think, Raja Bhaiya, didn't you, cannot be part of the conspiracy. Are you saying that a person not present at the scene of a crime cannot be part of the conspiracy?
I never said that. Conspiracy can be hatched anywhere. The quote I have told about the conspiracy is that it's like a moving train. Anybody can join a compartment and then can get down. So we know all the degree, all the rulings about the conspiracy.
Arun Kumar ji, हिंदी में एक सवाल करना चाहता हूँ आपसे. हिंदी में एक सवाल करना चाहता हूँ आपसे. I want to ask you one question in Hindi.
Please, करिए. जी, please.
I'll translate this in English. कुंडा में किसकी चलती है? Whose word runs as unofficial writ in Kunda?
I don't want to comment on such sort of thing कि किसकी चलती है और वहाँ कौन है.
Why? Because have you not? No, have you not? Why don't you want to comment? Raja Bhaiya, by his own admission, says I could have transferred this lane policeman if I had so wished. Doesn't this prove kiski chalti hai, who has influence in the region?
And sir, please, why don't you take this into account that the case was registered when he was a case had been registered against.
What is the point of a case if you don't act on it?
Cabinet minister.
What action have you taken after filing the case?
The registration of case against a high and mighty is a very important point.
So show me a rule book which says once you register a case against a high and mighty, you don't need to do anything on it. The people of this country should be grateful that a case was registered.
But we will do as per the let down procedure.
Arnab, can I make one comment?
Yes,
can I make one comment?
Somebody that you arrest him, you do this.
You know, I'm surprised at the ADG's comment that we have registered an FIR against high and mighty, and that's a great job.
Yeah.
I think he's forgetting the basic rule book of CRPC that any complaint, any cognizable, non-cognizable offense, if it's brought to the notice, they are bound to register an FIR. and that they are duty bound to do it. So performing a duty is such a task
not a
that we need to thank the police
a cognizable
officers.
offense.
I am surprised.
Not a non-cognizable.
Cognizable.
Ma'am, I have told
Mrs.
this.
Lekhi,
Please,
only a cognizable, not a non-cognizable.
When Ordnance asked कि कुंडा में किसकी गलती है, मैंने उस कंटेक्स्ट में कहा कि कुंडा में किसकी
जनाब, मैं तो आपसे एक छोटी सी और बात कर रही हूँ. आप जब कह रहे हैं, आप जब ये कह रहे हैं कि हमने इतने इम्पोर्टेंट आदमी के खिलाफ.
In a minute, Gaurav.
I'm sorry, Gaurav. I was just making a comment. I'll cut short my comment. And that what I was trying to say is, if a particular report is brought to you, if a particular offence is brought to your notice, a cognizable offence, you are duty bound to register the FIR. What is the big deal? Against whoever it is. And if you don't do that, you are refraining from performing your duty. And there is no big deal.
I clarified on the.
And the fact you are having that attitude shows the police works under pressure.
I 100% agree with you that about the registration of the FIR. This is not a big deal. But I told this particular thing.
Let's get Gaurav in for a quick word.
And as far as if we are not under pressure for registering the case, how do you presume that we are under pressure for investigating the case?
How long will you drag the inaction, Gaurav?
The case has been given to the CBI.
How long will you drag the inaction, Gaurav?
The point that is notable, what Mr. Kumar was trying to say was, yes, it is right that every cognizable offence, once reported, the police officer is duty bound to register an FIR. Sometimes it is seen when an influential person is named in the FIR, the police would try not to register an FIR or report that case.
Okay, don't make a virtue of filing an FIR.
They were duty bound, and I'm not, Arnab, I was just, why do you interrupt when I was very patiently listening to everybody?
Okay, please continue.
But whenever I try to make my point, you interrupt. I'm trying to say this, that they were duty bound to do that, and in spite of the fact that an influential person was named in the FIRs were registered. Nobody is taking credit for it. We are just trying to show that the duties were performed. Secondly, Arnab, please understand that in this case now, the demand of the family members of the deceased was that please transfer the investigation to the CBI. The Chief Minister of the state, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, agreed to that. The investigation has been transferred so that not just that fair investigation is conducted, but it also appears that the state government has not interfered.
It is not about appearances, Gaurav. It is about action. Why are you focusing on appearances? You think with an FIR and pushing the case to the CBI, you've completed the ring of appearances?
There is a saying, no, Arnab. There is a saying that justice should be done, and also it should appear to have been done. That is why.
But justice appears to be done, but it is not done. It is worse than that. And in this case, this is exactly what is happening.
Right, but in this case, so far, I'll just show you how every step was taken as per the rules and the act. FIR was registered, persons were arrested, the errant police officers were suspended. As
you have gone on about that. I am only saying there was a conspiracy. There was a conspiracy. The bullet is not an assassin. The revolver is not the conspirator. There are human beings who carry this out. We want to know who the human beings out, and your state government is doing nothing to find out the conspiracy angle. That's why I'm saying you're maybe concerned more about appearances.
Let me answer that, yes.
Meenakshi wants to say something. You have 1 minute left.
That.
You want to answer that first before Meenakshi?
No, I was just saying.
If there is a conspiracy, then the investigating officer is the best person, not a media channel.
Nothing.
A media channel, how do you know that, Arnab? I think that would be a irresponsible statement to make.
It's not an irresponsible statement because nobody's even questioned.
Nobody's questioning anybody. there would be a new investigating officer and you will say he's also doing nothing.
There is no
On what basis
investigation
are
on the
you making these
conspiracy angle.
statements?
There is no investigation on the conspiracy angle. If you call up people,
how do you know that?
Can I make a
we have found out.
Do you have access to?
We have found out.
Do you
Yes.
have access to the
Yes.
case diary, which is
Yes.
a confidential
We have
document?
access not just to this post-mortem report,
You
which is
have
embarrassing
access?
to you, but information on what the UP police is not doing.
Not embarrassing at all.
A police
I would
officer
have
has been
commented
killed.
on every part, but it is not appropriate.
A police officer has been shot dead in your state.
Can I make a statement?
Meenakshi, quick
Can I
point.
make a statement?
Don't shoot the messenger,
Yes,
Gaurav.
you know,
Meenakshi, please, very quickly.
No,
Very quickly.
I was coming to that. I was coming to the role of the media, and I was coming to the law and order situation being as it is in Uttar Pradesh. And yesterday also, this is a particular figure which was given in the Legislative Assembly within 45 days of Mr. Akhilesh Yadav coming as the CM. And there were 622 odd cases of murder, rape, loot, very serious offences. Under that situation, I have a very simple thing, that if the impression in the general public was that law and order situation in the state is very good, media definitely has to restrain itself and need not go deep into the investigation, except whatever police briefs, they report that. But in a case where 5 people are named in the FIR and you only pick up the lowest of the low to show that we are working or we are doing something, media has every business to go deep into the details and ask why
such a
similar
comment
action
coming
is
from a
missing
lawyer
on the
like
main
you,
culprit.
Mrs. Lekhi, I never expected that.
Well,
I never expected that. Investigation
Mr. Bhatia,
is
it has
something
to
that the
come
media
from
should
lawyer
not be
like you
commenting
also.
on.
That is what is surprising. I would say yes, we have to restrain.
If the FIR is not
media
registered,
has to restrain
the media,
in cases if the
let
work
me-
is being done. When the work is not being done, media will question.
do you think?
With the utmost respect,
Okay,
with the
answer my
utmost respect to
question,
both
Mr.
my
Lekhi.
panelists, I would like to
Mr.
say
Lekhi,
one thing.
if you can just...
I would like to say something. The freedom of expression given to the Indian media is given by the Constitution, not by any political parties. And hence it cannot be taken away by any political parties either. I'm saying
Arnab,
this with all earnestness.
just read the
do our
guidelines
job.
issued for all the press reporters.
Yeah, we are doing our job.
Please read
I
those
think the
guidelines
media,
when
I
you are
think the
reporting
media is
a
doing a
trial.
good job. I think the media is doing a good job of investigating.
You are
this
doing
matter.
a good job. There is no doubt about
Okay,
that.
thank
You are
you.
doing a good job.
And
But
we'll
at the
continue
same
to do a
time,
good job.
Everything that you show, you are doing a good job. But then please,
We'll keep doing a good
sometimes
job.
you're exceeding the limits which would jeopardize the trial
I don't think so. We are only asking
and
the
the
questions.
investigation.
We are asking the questions. We're conscious of our responsibilities, but we won't stop asking the questions. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm running short of time. That's a good debate. But you know, Gaurav, we are pursuing this case. We are not going to let go. The onus is on you on whether or not your state government acts before your first anniversary. Thank you. Gaurav Bhatia and Meenakshi Lekhi. Thank you very much.
Good act.
I hope so. I hope so. Thank you very much. Thank you.